Welcome back to Careers Portal. Today we have a very special guest with us. We have Caryn, who is a business coach and the founder of Sisterhood Success Club. So tell me, Caryn, what prompted you to create this club?
Yeah, so it's been just under a 2-year journey to get to the Sisterhood Success Club. But like many people, I had a job prior to the COVID-19 pandemic. And I think I've always been really entrepreneurial at heart, but I never really had the guts to jump into that. So I was working in travel back in 2020, and we all know what the pandemic did to so many industries, especially the travel industry. And at that point in 2020, I was faced with this decision because everybody was no longer traveling. And we weren't getting any bookings, and soon I was faced with this question: was I going to have to look for alternative work in an already struggling industry, or was I going to have to create employment for myself? And my background is actually in business and marketing, and I started this Sisterhood Success Club with the idea of it being a digital marketing agency, particularly to help small business owners in South Africa. But when I started this business, people were no longer just asking about marketing. They were asking about taxes. They were asking about how to register your business. They were asking everything you can imagine about business. And I think people found it really relatable to have someone that had lost a job, started a business, was going through something very similar to what a lot of people were going through. They started asking me about everything you can imagine about business. And because prior to me starting this, I was always involved in the startup of businesses for investors. So I had that knowledge and I loved sharing it. And then we basically pivoted from being a digital marketing agency to a membership that is focused on providing business education and support and resources for small business owners, particularly women. It's actually geared towards women, small business owners, to provide them with that support that we don't necessarily have access to, but to make it really accessible, super affordable, and to basically help anybody that, let's say, was stuck in a position that I was stuck in, couldn't find work, to become self-sufficient, to start a job of their own, or to, if you want to pivot and go into entrepreneurship from your career, to provide you with the resources and the know-how to do that.
So you mentioned you had a background of business and marketing.
Yes.
So what qualifications and skills do you think is necessary to become a successful entrepreneur?
So here's the thing where I think a lot of people might disagree with me, but I studied back in the day, a good few years ago, that my business background was business. And then I did further study at UCT with marketing. But I'm of the opinion that especially if you're not going into a specialized field, like let's say health or engineering, if you're going into a field like marketing, content creation, and so on, there is an absolute wealth of resources online that you can delve into. There are courses available, so many. If you just look at the resources online that are available free of charge. I mean, Google offers a Google certification in digital marketing completely free of charge, and it's one of the best digital marketing courses out there. So there are so many resources. Also, the government offers so many opportunities for us to learn. So I'm not even saying that you have to do that. You can literally go into YouTube, and there's so many things that if you're willing to, you can teach yourself. You can ask for mentorship. I'd be so happy to mentor people. Mentorship, internships, where you can literally teach yourself. And so if you are willing to learn and you have that grit, I'm telling you, you can get into the industry. Like, I think being self-taught and having that experience and learning from people is invaluable. I literally think that in my day-to-day, that I use more of the experience that I learn in my daily work than actually using my qualifications that I had from back in the day. I find actually getting my hands dirty and doing the work more useful. I learn more from people, and yeah.
That's amazing. And some people say, on the topic of, your experience, that it's best to start there's differing opinions, that it's best to start when you're young and you have no commitments and responsibilities. Others say to get into the industry, get the experience, network. So what is your take? You believe that you've learned everything from just being in the industry. So what do you think? Or do you need to network and get the upper hand with people who are
So I think if you're speaking about entrepreneurship, So if you're speaking about entrepreneurship, I think there's always room to continue learning. Like, you're always evolving. The world is always changing. Technology is always changing, evolving, getting better. So we're always going to be on a journey of growth. I think if you are younger and you want to get your foot in the door, by all means, you can do that. That's really great if you want to start, let's say, fresh out of high school and you're maybe not sure what industry you're wanting to go into, to network, go into these different industries, get a feel for it. Because a lot of us, we go and study something and then
don't know what to do.
We don't know what to do. So I think it's really helpful getting out there, networking, chatting to people, getting into those industries and figuring out if that's what you're wanting to do. But on the other side of the spectrum, I also want to say that it's never too late. Like, you can be in a corporate career and you can decide, like, I don't necessarily want to do this anymore. I want to start my own business. This is something I've always had, this niggling feeling that I want to do. It's never too late. So you can literally start where you're at.
I love that.
Like, it's never too late. I mean, I went into the hospitality industry straight out of high school. And I mean, I was working crazy hours, working weekends. And then I studied. That was the first thing I studied, hospitality management. And after that, I was like, oh, this is not what I want to do. So that's why I say, when straight out of high school, if you have the opportunity and you are able to, I know not everybody's able to take this time to just, go and experience things and internships, but if you are able to, like, get your hands dirty, go and do some internships, go and work, go and get some mentorship and figure out what you really have a passion for, and figure it out.
And I sometimes hear that entrepreneurs are risk takers.
Yeah.
So for people who are more cautious and don't like taking risks, do you not think they should become entrepreneurs, or?
I think entrepreneurship is definitely about risk taking, but you also have to think, like, to yourself, what is my risk aversion? Like, I might be like, I'm really good with risks and I might just jump all in, where you might like dip your toes in the water.
Calculated risk. Very cautious.
But I do think when you get into entrepreneurship, you might think that you have a choice and I'm not going to take risks, but I promise you this is going to be the ultimate growth journey, where you're going to find yourself pushing your own boundaries and pushing yourself to take more risks. I think that you will have to, in some way, shape or form, be willing to take risks, because with entrepreneurship, you don't necessarily always know the outcome. So you might have to invest financially into something and you don't know what the outcome is going to be. But if you don't take that risk, you're never going to know.
You never know, yeah.
So yes, you can be cautious, and if you are someone that's a little bit more cautious, not really want to take those huge, gigantic risks, of course, do your due diligence, ask around, get people's feedback so that you can put your mind and your heart at ease a little bit before you jump right in. But I do think to some degree, you're going to have to make friends with risk.
Finally, what is advice that you wish someone had given to you before you had started your business?
Yeah, like, I really wish that someone told me, don't be afraid of taking risks.
Okay.
Like, I really, really wish that someone told me, don't be afraid to take risks, because you cannot always control the outcome and you need to make peace with that. If you make a mistake, that's totally okay. That's all part of the growth journey. That's all part of entrepreneurship. So even if you take a risk and it doesn't work out, like, approach it from a place of self-love and patience and grace, and not like, oh, I've made this huge mistake and now I'm going to go into despair. Approach it from the place of like patience and evaluate, what can I do better next time? So you're growing and you're evolving and you're learning. Often when I would make a mistake and maybe one person would sign up for my course that I'm offering, I would feel so bad. Like, don't take it personally. It's all part of the process. I would definitely also say, if you can invest in a mentor. If you can't invest in a mentor, maybe look in your own circle. There might be a business owner. I'm pretty certain someone you know, a friend, a family member, might have their own small business. Get a mentor, chat with them. It's always helpful having someone who can guide you so that you're not necessarily making the mistakes that they've made. So yeah, so invest in a mentor. Don't be afraid of taking risks, especially with financial investments. Do your due diligence, ask around, get feedback, and then go all in and enjoy the process.
Yeah. Thank you so much. This was so helpful. And please, guys, follow Sisterhood Success Club on Instagram.
Please do.
They are a lovely, so informative. Their posts are so helpful. You should definitely give them a follow. And yeah, thank you so much, Caryn.
Thank you for having me. This has been so much fun.